Members, good afternoon. It's the appointed time and we have a quorum. I call the meeting to order. Item 1 on the agenda, information paper issued since the last meeting. The Secretariat has not issued any paper. Item 2, items for discussion at the next meeting. The next meeting will be held on the 16th of September, Tuesday, 2:30 p.m. The administration proposes to discuss the following one item, that is the progress report on Research and Development Center. Any comments? No? Let's discuss this item in the next meeting then. Item 3. Would the government representatives please come into the conference room? This item is about the promotion of inward investment.
Okay. 歡迎。
Welcome, Undersecretary for Commerce and Economic Development, Dr. Bernard Chen and his team, for coming to this meeting today. Would the administration please give us a presentation? Thank you. Chairman, members, good afternoon. Together with the Director General of Investment Promotion and Invest Hong Kong, we'd like to brief members on the work of Invest Hong Kong in the first half of 2025 as well as its work plan ahead. Since the terms of the government took office, we have been working on attracting enterprises and investment. From 2023 to June 2025, we have attracted over 1,300 enterprises to set up their presence here or expand their business in Hong Kong. We expect that $160 billion of direct investment will be brought to Hong Kong. In the first year, when these businesses set up presence or expand their operation in Hong Kong, 19,000 job opportunities have been brought to Hong Kong. This exceeded our KPI set out in the 2022 policy address. Over the past few years, given the heightened geopolitical tensions and the changing international landscape, has achieved some great results. This is very encouraging. The administration will continue to help enterprises from the mainland and overseas to come and set up their presence in Hong Kong. According to many international and global reports, Hong Kong is deemed as a favorable place for foreign direct investment. Say, for example, the number of enterprises from mainland and overseas coming to Hong Kong amount to 9,960, and there are about 4,700 startups that have been set up in Hong Kong. According to the Fraser Institute, Hong Kong is ranked the freest economy in the world. According to the World Competitiveness Yearbook 2025, our overall ranking has moved up by 2 places to become one of the top 3 most competitive economies. In the World Investment Report 2025, Hong Kong's ranking as a foreign direct investment recipient has risen to 3rd place in the world. On individual rankings, say for example, freedom to trade internationally, tax policy, business legislation, Hong Kong tops the ranking in the world. Our team has all along been working on promoting the favorable business environment of Hong Kong and tell our good stories. We have acted in accordance with the international business landscape, devised appropriate investment strategies. To cater to the changing geopolitical landscape, many supply chain has moved towards the global south and countries along the Belt and Road, as many enterprises from the mainland are trying to establish their presence abroad. The Invest Hong Kong at the end of last year has established a high value added supply chain mechanism to attract mainland enterprises to set up international or regional headquarters in Hong Kong for managing their offshore trading and supply chains and provide one-stop professional advisory services to these enterprises in Hong Kong to assist them in going global and replanning their global supply chains. We have accumulated much success and experience in this area. When these enterprises are going global, we see many good and successful examples. Many of these enterprises have made use of Hong Kong as a multinational supply chain management center to develop their overseas businesses. These enterprises are from different sectors, including those from the engineering, machinery industry, creative industry, logistics and transportation industry, etc. Over the past year, the Invest Hong Kong has been working with different policy bureaus to implement many policy initiatives. One of the examples is how we assist the STB in implementing the new CIES, the Capital Investment Entrance Scheme. We have also attracted many family offices to be set up in Hong Kong. We have also been trying to create a commodities ecosystem and develop Northern Metropolis. The progress of our work has been set out in the paper submitted to the Legislative Council. Looking forward, the Invest Hong Kong will continue to work with different policy bureaus, department, Hong Kong team, and partners to work on developing our presence in the emerging and traditional markets. We will reinforce our collaboration with emerging markets in the ASEAN, the Middle East, Central Africa, so that we can better showcase our role as a super connector and super value adder. We hope to attract more enterprises from these places to come to Hong Kong to invest. The Invest Hong Kong will continue to review our goals, our strategies, so that we can attract capital and investment to Hong Kong in a more targeted manner. In the following, my colleagues and I will listen to members' views carefully and answer any of the questions. Now it's the time for questions. We only have 1 hour for this meeting, so I hope that the members will observe the time limit of 4 minutes. I will stop you from speaking when you have reached the 3-minute mark, because I want to allow time for the administration to reply to your questions in detail. I will read out the names of the members who have pressed the button. Dr. Martin Liu, Mr. Sunny Tang, Mr. Edmund Wong, Dr. Tan Yuehen, Dr. Jimmy Ng, Dr. Wendy Hong, Mr. Dennis Leung, Mr. Robert Lee, Mr. Xiu Ka-fai, Professor William Wong, Dr. Johnny Ng, Professor Priscilla Leung, Mr. Martin Liu. Thank you, Chairman. I have 2 questions. First, on creating a commodity trading ecosystem. On building warehouses and introducing warehouse operators, the government have achieved great results. I've always said that we have to integrate into the Greater Bay Area. Many cities in the Greater Bay Area have been trying to create a commodity trading system. Say, for example, Shanghai has been trying to comprehensively develop their ecosystem in this area. So I wonder what plans or strategies the administration have to give full play to our role as a super connector so that we can develop a GBA commodity trading ecosystem. Second, our country is the largest consumer, producer, and trader of industrial metals. In the 2024 policy address, it is said that we should introduce mainland enterprises to Hong Kong for commodity trading on, say, colored metals, because in South America there are many precious metal mines. In 2023, their output is about 54.9 tons of precious metals and industrial metals. So I wonder what plans the government has to introduce and attract these enterprises to come to Hong Kong. And I wonder if the administration has any plan to attract talents that are conversant in the languages spoken in the countries where there are mines for industrial metals or non-ferro metals. Undersecretary, thank you. As mentioned in the paper, we will continue to attract more approved warehouse operators to come to Hong Kong, and we will adopt this many-to-many manner in assisting them in setting up approved warehouses in Hong Kong and help them match with different local warehouse operators. As for our collaboration with the Greater Bay Area, all along we have a liaison group with other cities in the Greater Bay Area. Say, for example, we visit different economies and places to promote Hong Kong in terms of our commodity trading ecosystem or our positions as the 8 centers under the 14th five-year plan. Hopefully, we can attract more investors to come. Regarding this commodity trading ecosystem, we know that there are many users that will participate in the ecosystem. So through the liaison group and our global network, we will try to work on creating a comprehensive system. Our ETOs in overseas has dedicated teams on attracting enterprises and talents. So through these dedicated teams and ETOs, we will try to identify suitable talents, enterprises, and capital to participate in the Hong Kong's capital trading, commodities trading ecosystem. What about precious metal? We have been trying to position ourselves as a gold trading center. The FSTB is the relevant and responsible bureau. To introduce more players to our market to trade in gold, we will introduce other products, say for example precious metals. We will try to also tokenize some of our metals or other products. We will assist the Undersecretary in developing this trading ecosystem. Dr. Sunny Tang. Thank you, Chairman. On the point about going global, I see that many mainland enterprises have made use of Hong Kong as a bridgehead to promote their products. I've talked to a province in the mainland. They have been working on developing and formulating their 15th five-year plan. They are trying to formulate plans in alignment of the relevant national strategies. So I wonder, at the industrial level or professional level, how can Hong Kong work better with mainland enterprises so that these enterprises will make use of Hong Kong as a springboard to go global? As such, they will make use of professional services to drive our economy. Undersecretary.
Thank you. As we said in our opening remarks, Invest Hong Kong and the TDC established a high-value supply chain mechanism last December. A total of 30-odd seminars, talks were held since. We went to different provinces and municipalities in mainland China to organize these events. We worked with the Ministry of Commerce. We also worked with different chambers of commerce in mainland China. Some enterprises in mainland want to use Hong Kong as a springboard to go global. We may be able to provide more targeted professional services in this regard, say legal services, standard alignment, and so on. Then we may help these mainland enterprises to go global. We will be working with clansmen associations, commercial organizations, and Mr. Sunny Tan to work better in this regard. Thank you. Mr. Emin Wong. Thank you, Chairman. In the last few years, Invest Hong Kong has attracted a total of 1,000 enterprises to Hong Kong, creating over 15,000 jobs. These are very glamorous results. I have some questions in relation to the table in paragraph 10. Top 5 places of origin: mainland, the US, UK, Singapore, and Canada. We've been connecting with the countries along the Belt and Road Initiative, but I haven't yet seen any marked increase. The US has been treating us with hostility, but then they are the second on the table. When you visited the Belt and Road countries, did they ever express any concerns about cultural differences? What is holding back from investing in Hong Kong? What is holding them back from coming to Hong Kong? I'd like to ask about family offices. 2 weeks ago, in the panel on financial affairs, I also asked about similar questions regarding joint family offices. When you were in touch with overseas family offices, they may be interested in the family offices in Hong Kong, but then the taxation policies in Hong Kong might not be attractive to them. That's why they haven't yet established a presence in Hong Kong. Do you have any figures or statistics? Is it possible to launch policies to attract these joint family offices to Hong Kong? How effective are these policies? 2 questions. Thank you. Undersecretary, thank you. Regarding emerging markets, say those in the Middle East, in ASEAN, for instance, we have been trying very hard to promote the development in these areas. The chief executive led delegations to explore more business opportunities by going global. We want to, on the one hand, help local enterprises and SMEs to market their products globally. We have entered into a lot of IPPA as well as FTA. We want to see a lowered threshold. In the recent few years, we have been seeing marked increase, about double-digit, when it comes to our transaction volumes with the ASEAN market as well as the Middle East market. When it comes to attracting enterprises to Hong Kong, in the first 6 months, we have attracted a total of 300 enterprises to Hong Kong, up by 18%, 15% of which came from the countries in the Belt and Road Initiative, excluding those from mainland China. Over half of them came from ASEAN. 1/7 came from the Middle East. We can see that the figures are on the rise. That's why I said we have been seeing quite good increases on different fronts, say transaction, investment, trade, and so on. When it comes to family offices, between 2022 and 2025, we hope to attract at least 200 family offices to establish a presence in Hong Kong. We're confident that we will be able to meet the target. Thank you. Regarding family offices, just now member asked about multiple family offices. So far, tax policies are aimed at benefit single family offices instead of multi-family offices. That's why we don't have any policies in relation to taxation to attract multi-family offices. At present, we mainly attract single family offices. When they succeed, they may attract other players to become multi-family offices in Hong Kong. Now, single-family offices can benefit from the existing taxation policies. Dr. Tan Yueheng, I have questions on 2 fronts. One, in relation to Invest Hong Kong, it aims to attract enterprises and investments to Hong Kong. It also aims to create job opportunities in Hong Kong. According to the papers in the past 2.5 years, Invest Hong Kong created a total of 19,000 jobs and attracted a total of 1,300 enterprises. 8,100 jobs were created. up by 42% year on year. In other words, in the first 6 months of this year, we saw a surge in the number of jobs created. Attracting talent and capital is the main goal of Invest Hong Kong. What is the positioning of Invest Hong Kong? Next, in relation to international enterprises coming to Hong Kong to go listed, Hong Kong is an international financing center. In the recent 2 years, mainly there are mainland enterprises coming to Hong Kong to get listed. From the US, 25% of the enterprises came to Hong Kong to go listed. That's the situation in the US. However, for Hong Kong, no more than 5%. We need to attract investments. Say for Chinese investors, they invest in the US stock market. Why? The US stock market is influential. Another important reason has to do with the appeal of the US equity market. That's exactly why Chinese investors choose to invest in the US market. We also need to attract these investors to come to Hong Kong to invest in Hong Kong. Director General, thank you. Attracting capital, manpower, enterprises, what is the interplay among them? These are three main goals of Invest Hong Kong. But we find that in the past few years, we focused on attracting enterprises to come to Hong Kong. We have recognized results from startups to large-scale enterprises. Our teams have been following up on attracting these companies. We focus on attracting companies that could make economic contributions to Hong Kong. We didn't devote particularly more resources to attracting talents. We have quite a lot of F&B companies, logistics companies, and so on. There are a handful of sizable companies which have driven up the figure. Say one central kitchen will attract 300 to 400 people. IPO in Hong Kong Stock Exchange is the first around the world. Invest Hong Kong has been established for 25 years, 145 listed companies, and a lot of these companies would rather go to Nasdaq, but owing to geopolitical tensions, we have seen opportunities, be it 18A or 18C. That's why many more companies come to Hong Kong to get listed. That is not the main goal or mission of Invest Hong Kong. But when it comes to attracting enterprises and investments, we tell them what is good about Hong Kong. When it comes to new markets or emerging markets, there are dual platforms in Hong Kong with the Hong Kong Exchange. We want to attract them to stay in Hong Kong, and then we hope that they will get listed in Hong Kong in the long run. Mr. Jimmy Ng, Invest Hong Kong has supported a lot of financial activities in 2025. Say consensus in relation to cryptocurrencies. Stablecoins are one of the examples of cryptocurrencies. How will Invest Hong Kong promote the issuance of stablecoins? How will you attract sizable enterprises in joining the stablecoin business in Hong Kong? Invest Hong Kong or Oasis is responsible for attracting strategic enterprises to Hong Kong. Oasis is responsible for attracting new manufacturing and new energy enterprises to Hong Kong alongside AI enterprises and data science enterprises. There are vacancies when it comes to directors. We cannot afford to slacken our pace when it comes to developing innovative technologies or INT. How can we attract enterprises with a lot of potential to Hong Kong? When will we fill the vacancies for directors for these industries? or these companies. Thank you, Director General. When it comes to stablecoin, the ordinance will come into operation on the 1st of August. Invest Hong Kong has been laying the groundwork in this regard. We have had liaison and contact with global clients. They have given us a lot of good opinions and feedback to the policy bureaus. After August, the ordinance will come into operation. Mr. Christopher Hui also said a certain number of licenses will be issued. A lot of clients are waiting in line. The application of stablecoins is inextricably linked to international trade. We cannot name drop, but then there are China-owned enterprises or foreign enterprises. They are considering coming to Hong Kong for investments. That's why we believe there will be enthusiastic responses in August. I am not going to comment on the work of Oasis, but when it comes to Invest Hong Kong, we have a wide array of talent. They have diverse backgrounds. We have talent in ICT, AI, hard technology, or life science. Invest Hong Kong has been working on this, but we don't target any particular industry with huge potential. I'm not in a position to comment on the vacancy in Oasis, but I can tell for sure we didn't slacken our pace. In the past 3 years or in the past 6 months, INT industry comes second to financing or fintech. Then we have professional services. We're more than willing to help when you have referral. Thank you. When it comes to vacancies, well, they aren't in a position to answer on behalf of Invest Hong Kong. On behalf of Oasis, rather. Dr. Wendy Hong. Invest Hong Kong's work is worth recognition. This also shows that Hong Kong is appealing to global investors. In relation to competition among companies, this is actually competition among supply chains. We need to have a mindset of supply chain competition. When Invest Hong Kong or Oasis identifies leading enterprises to Hong Kong, then they need to work in line with the INT development blueprint in Hong Kong. We also need to take the initiative to liaise with different enterprises offering raw materials and parts. That's exactly how we can form an industrial cluster. Then we can promote the development of the INT industry in Hong Kong. Say Invest Hong Kong or Oasis, they have been in touch with some INT enterprises, then they will refer them to Cyberport or Science Park. Some of them require policy support, which may have to do with the ITIB. When it comes to land, they will have to reach out to the Development Bureau, and they may even have to be in touch with the Hong Kong Investment Corporation companies when it comes to investments. These are beyond the purview of the CEDB. So I'd like to know whether we can enhance our collaboration in this regard. Thank you.
I will say a few words and then I will ask the Director General to supplement. Oasis is in touch with different enterprises from many different places. As Dr. Hong said, some enterprises need to contact different policy bureaus and departments to address some of their issues. We try to link the enterprises up with different policy bureaus and departments to solve any issues. Regarding supply chain, We strive to attract enterprises from the up, mid, and downstream along the chain. Director General, please. Thank you. As I said, we try to focus our work on enterprises with great potential. These enterprises could be a big buyer at the downstream level. We try to attract their presence to Hong Kong first. For mainland enterprises that want to go global, they may have their supply chain established in Hong Kong. That would facilitate the trading of their commodities. We do have a team that work on this. The administration has been focusing on INT in these years. We hope to see results to our efforts very soon. Regarding interdepartmental and bureaus collaboration, well, apart from working with FSTB, we have been in touch with the NMCO, ITIB, and other departments. We have been trying to bring in green companies. That's why we have also been working with EEB. If the members know that some enterprises need to seek help from different policy and bureaus, they can reach out to the Invest Hong Kong. We will act as a coordinator. If I may remind members, however, some mainland enterprises are used to receiving concessions for free. We try, however, to link up the enterprises to the relevant bureau so that they can identify the piece of land that they need. Mr. Dennis Lang, thank you. Now, on attracting enterprises from the mainland and Hong Kong, as well as investors from these places, I know that the government has been working hard on it. From 2023 to 2025, in terms of job opportunities, about 15,250 have been created. And in the first half of 2025, we have increased 4,000 jobs in Hong Kong. So I wonder how many of these job opportunities actually benefit local workers. Does the administration have any relevant information? If these companies, after setting up their offices or supply chains here, hire their own people, then perhaps our local workers or recent graduates will not be able to benefit. We see many companies closing down recently. So how much efforts has the government put to accord priority to local workers? I know that the Invest Hong Kong has been working on attracting foreign and mainland enterprises to come participate in the Northern Metropolis project. However, companies in Hong Kong would like to know more about the project so that they know how to invest in the Northern Metropolis. I know that the administration tried to create a bigger pie in the market by leveraging on different enterprises, but it seems that information is not as transparent. Many restaurants in the catering industries have been closing down. When investors and companies come, they need to live here. So how can we also offer sufficient facilities to these people so that they actually feel that Hong Kong is a livable city? Thank you. I will say a few words first. The member talked about the consumption market in Hong Kong. The consumption patterns of locals and visitors have changed, and this has brought challenges to different industries and trade. However, in the recent few months, we see that the situation has stabilized. Take retail industry as an example. The retail data has resumed to a normal growth level. So many of my friends in the retail industry told me that the situation has stabilized. For retail and the catering industry, they are trying to transform themselves. we see some good and bad examples. Some company try to work on crossover to expand their sources of consumers to increase their income. Take the catering industry as an example. In Q1 this year compared to the same period last year, the growth rate is stable and more or less the same. The problem that we're now facing is that we should identify a growing engine. We will continue to work on it. The Invest Hong Kong has attracted many enterprises in the retail and catering industry to come to Hong Kong. They also recorded satisfactory growth. This shows that foreign investors are optimistic about the future of our retail and F&B industries. When these enterprises come to Hong Kong, they bring along with them their technology, their system, so that we can create a bigger pie for these industries. In the process, they will definitely need to hire local workers and make use of local professional services. So we believe that as we attract foreign capital, investment, and talents, relevant sectors in Hong Kong will benefit, including the labor sector. Next, Mr. Robert Lee. Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to commend the efforts of the administration and the Invest Hong Kong in attracting foreign and mainland enterprises. I have 3 questions. First, it is said in the paper that distribution of enterprises by place of origin and sector is from the mainland, US, UK, Singapore, and Canada. There are about 113 projects accounting for 8.7% of the total investment coming from the US. ETOs in the US play a very important role. The administration said that these offices could be closed down. I wonder if we can have more information, because according to the figures supplied in the paper, it seems that U.S. investors are willing to come. I'd like to know more about the latest situation. Second, on the LME, the development of the commodities warehouse, there's been much information in the paper. Apart from gold, I wonder if the administration will organize international summits and seminars themed on gold markets. They should invite, say, gold traders, jewelers, local bankers, miners to these events. Third, I know that the Invest Hong Kong is trying to visit UAE, Middle East, Central Asia, ASEAN countries to attract investment. Will the administration try to encourage more SMEs to participate in their delegation visits? Thank you. Undersecretary. Thank you. Regarding the first question, the 3 ETOs in the U.S. have been operating normally. As the member has said, over the past 2.5 years, we have many U.S. enterprises set up their presence in Hong Kong. We have 1,300 of them, and over the past 10 years, the trade surplus that we have with the U.S. is about $200 billion US dollars. So we believe that the business sector and investors of the U.S. are actually very optimistic about the future of Hong Kong, given our advantage of having a one country, two system. I will ask the FSTB to supplement. Now, on the third question on emerging markets, delegation visit. Well, I agree with what the member said just now. We have many ETOs over the world, and the Trade Development Council also help us in attracting investment and talents. If SMEs would like to tap into emerging markets, we will try to assist them. We will take the suggestions of the members into consideration. Thank you. Next, Mr. Xiu Kafai. Thank you, Chairman. I thank the CDB and the Invest Hong Kong for their efforts. There are about 9,960 enterprises from the mainland and other countries in Hong Kong. So figures tell that Hong Kong has a very good future. Many SMEs in Hong Kong has been facing a very difficult time, so I hope that we can lower our rent so that our enterprises can become more competitive. We have many family offices established in Hong Kong. We need many investors to take forward the Northern Metropolis project. However, some investors said that participating in the Northern Metropolis is not as cost-effective. Can we match the family office to projects in the Northern Metropolis so that they can take part in it? I know that we have many ETOs to help us attract investments and talents in different places. Will these offices talk to chambers of commerce of different sectors so that we can have more investment and talents in our city? Thank you. Undersecretary. I will say a few words first before I ask the Director General to supplement. As to whether we have been promoting Hong Kong or collaborating with chambers of commerce in different countries and cities, we have been working on it. We have been in touch with different stakeholders, government agencies, chambers of commerce in different places to gather more information. And we also leverage on their network. If there are any businesses that want to establish their presence in Hong Kong, we can reach out to them directly. Director General, please. Regarding the other two questions, we note your comment. We will definitely promote our advantage. In Q2 2025, the Invest Hong Kong has been reaching out to different enterprises. Since the land use have been confirmed in some sites in the Northern Metropolis, we will seek out investors and users. We have also been reaching out to developers. If the site is not to be used, then there's no point in attracting investors and developers. We have been working with the NMCOs because there will be, I know, logistics park in the Northern Metropolis. Over the past 2 months, we know that 10 industrial companies are willing to participate in the Northern Metropolis.
Next member, Professor William Wong. Thank you, Chairman. Invest Hong Kong brings companies to Hong Kong. Many of them have to do with technology. In paragraph 10, financial services and fintech INT, they account for more than 20%. Science Park, Cyberport, they are immensely interested in these sectors. I worked with Invest Hong Kong as well. We need places for research and for talents. But recently we have had little space or less space. How can we effectively help Invest Hong Kong? Just now, as we mentioned, about a dozen enterprises are interested in developing in the Northern Metropolis. They want to know the recent developments of the Northern Metropolis. If there is no timetable, they may give up on their plan. So what is your take on it? Undersecretary, thank you. I'll give the floor to the Director General. When it comes to technology, Invest Hong Kong has not stopped at all. We've been working with Cyberport Science Park. We also work with the Loop in Shenzhen. 2 buildings on health science research centers. We will be launching these projects. Cyberport and Science Park have been filled to capacity. We don't have any more space for new enterprises. We are trying to convert industrial buildings out there. We are glad to see that there are new developments when it comes to INT. Recently, we have been providing rental-free discounts or arrangements. We will also be working more closely with different organizations and companies. Recently, I went to Science Park or other places with new quality productive forces, not just AI or supercomputing power. When it comes to the Northern Metropolis, some pieces of land have been put up for development. Of course, as for INT, they may seek land in the other areas, say Changquano Science Park and so on. As for R&D, probably just dozens of people. We do have sufficient space right now. However, when some industries require space for 800 people, then we may need more space in the Northern Metropolis. They do need to plan ahead, otherwise it'd be all too late. We need to keep things going in tandem, say some in the long run, some in the shorter run. Thank you, Professor Wong. Just now I talked about ties with universities. Say for the Northern Metropolis, it's for longer-term investment, and you need to keep them in Hong Kong. For example, you need to allow some projects to start first. Well, I'd like to seek clarification. Do you mean INT companies working with universities or the other way around? Well, you used to come to the Chinese University of Hong Kong. You need land and you also need talent, and we are indeed in a position to provide you with talent. When it comes to recruitment, we need researchers. We also need INT personnel. Recently, Little Red Book, that is Xiaohongshu, wants to recruit fresh graduates or some researchers. We have been working with some universities directly. Some mainland students or graduates may have already studied in Hong Kong. Then they may go to the university which they studied in. UST, Hong Kong U, CU. There are more developments on AI in recent years. We'll keep a close watch on the situation. If universities want to work with us in relation to INT development or INT collaboration, then we may deepen our communication in this regard. Dr. Johnny Ng, thank you. Invest Hong Kong has been doing quite a lot. the figures have been surpassing the targets of Invest Hong Kong. Say enterprises attracted, family offices, and so on. I have two questions. One, in paragraph 9, an interdepartmental or agency referral mechanism has been set up. It's good to see this referral mechanism. There is cancellation of the requirement for visitors to Hong Kong to submit arrival or departure declaration forms, say address and so on. As regards foreigners holding Hong Kong identity card to go to mainland China, there are streamlined procedures. IT, well, I mean, there's some room for improvement when it comes to IT or app development. Therefore, I'd like to know whether the Director General has anything to share with us in relation to the referral mechanism. Is there any room for enhancements? Recently, cryptocurrency businesses are booming. A lot of enterprises want to go listed in Hong Kong. Just now, the Financial Secretary issued a Statement 2.0 when it comes to exemption of profit tax. As for family-owned investment holding vehicles, there needs to be a piece of legislation. Can you share with us some details? Can this bring more family offices to Hong Kong? Thank you. Undersecretary, I will answer in brief. Regarding the first question, Invest Hong Kong is a department providing services, including the referral mechanism you mentioned just now. We want to provide support to enterprises that are interested in coming to Hong Kong. We aim to provide targeted services and will continue to seek enhancements. When it comes to IT services, we will refer your suggestion to the DPO Digital Policy Office. For those who have established a presence in Hong Kong, we provide services after they have done so, say financial support, different support schemes, or other policies provided by the government. Say if they require support services in relation to IT, we will provide assistance. As I mentioned, we will refer your suggestion or cases to the DPO. What you mentioned also covers other policy bureaus and departments. Regarding our role of Invest Hong Kong, when there are policies in place, we do our level best to help different enterprises to expand their businesses. So I will defer to other policy bureaus to take your remaining questions. Professor Priscilla Leung. Thank you, Chairman. Investment Hong Kong and the government in general welcomes inward investments. Time isn't working against us. It is indeed working for us. Now we have Donald Trump in the US, and a lot of companies want to come to Hong Kong. Some economists said that 10 years later, the impact of digital currencies will outweigh that of the US dollar. I've been in touch with quite a lot of macro enterprises in mainland China. They do want to establish a presence in Hong Kong. Can you get Hong Kong ready for it? When it comes to policies, we've heard quite some complaints. Some make their first investments and they make a lot of losses, probably owing to policies or legislation. When they are in touch with statutory organizations, they have to pay a lot of fees to lawyers. Probably millions of dollars or even tens of millions of dollars just because they aren't well versed in the situation in Hong Kong. That's why they aren't willing to spend the second sum of money on Hong Kong. That's really an issue. Within your department, shouldn't there be a team of personnel responsible for this? Some companies may have a second amount of money that is ready for investment to be spent in Hong Kong, but then when they come across issues in the first round, then they may not be willing to spend the second round of their money in investing in Hong Kong. They may get the impression that Hong Kong is belittling them. That's not quite right. Now we have the policy objective of going global. Just now we talked a lot about attracting enterprises to Hong Kong, but the overall policy goal is to go global together. When it comes to going global together, do you have any figures, statistics that Hong Kong has already leveraged its role? Well, can I pause you, Professor Leung? We should let the administration answer first. Well, we are already running out of time, Professor Leung. Undersecretary, thank you. Regarding the first question, that is the intent for mainland enterprises to come to Hong Kong against the current backdrop of geopolitics. I agree with Professor Leung. The geopolitical situation around the world is in a state of flux. We have stable policies, we are transparent, we are open. Indeed, we attract a lot of overseas enterprises to establish a presence in Hong Kong. Of course, we'll continue to work hard in order to attract more enterprises to Hong Kong. Just now you talked about stablecoins, digital policies, or investments, professional services, proceedings, lawyers, and so on. As I mentioned, Invest Hong Kong provides services. After enterprises establish a presence in Hong Kong, we are more than willing to help them in solving different problems. Say, we can put them through the Law Society of Hong Kong or Hong Kong Barrister Association so that we can solve some of their problems. We also refer them to suitable organizations. Just now, member mentioned the referral mechanism. Different government departments and policy bureaus attach a lot of importance to attracting global enterprises to Hong Kong. Say, when member mentioned some companies have invested the first amount of money in Hong Kong, we look forward to the next amount of money to be spent in Hong Kong. The chief executive has led delegation visits to overseas places. We want to go global to the Middle East market, to ASEAN, and so on. We go global together, and we have yielded quite good results. In two economies in the Middle East, we have signed a lot of MOU, Memoranda of Understanding. Quite a lot of local enterprises or mainland enterprises. We have a lot of collaboration with these enterprises. We'll continue to enhance our work, not just targeting large-scale enterprises. We also cover SMEs. When they have established a presence in Hong Kong, we help them to go global. We do our best to provide services of this kind. I'll draw a line here. In the interest of time, I will extend the meeting today by 15 minutes. Next member, Professor Kennedy Wong.
Thank you, Chairman. I have 3 questions. I wonder if the administration has talked to senior management of foreign enterprises, because some of them told me that they find it difficult to secure school places for their children. Can the administration help senior management of top-notch enterprises from other places in Hong Kong solve this issue? We know that many industrial funds have been set up. I wonder if the CEDB, the financial secretary, or the senior management of the government can consider this suggestion. Say, for example, perhaps the government can set aside some money from the Hong Kong MA to set up industrial fund so that Invest Hong Kong can make use of it to attract more enterprises. There are more than 50 offices of the Invest Hong Kong around the globe. I wonder if they can help attract enterprises and investment. Undersecretary. I will ask the Director General to take the question on school places first. Thank you. For enterprises from the mainland and other countries, before they set up their presence in Hong Kong, they not just look at our business environment, but also our school places. The Invest Hong Kong Foreign Chambers of Commerce have received complaints about insufficient international school places. In the past 2 years, we have made some good progress. During the COVID, many teachers left Hong Kong. That's why some classes could not be opened. Some 2 months ago, we've conducted a questionnaire survey asking if there are enough international school places in Hong Kong. Over half of the respondents think that there are sufficient places. But in order to secure long-term growth of enterprises and talents, we try to bring in more international schools. We are one of the cities with the most number of internationally recognized international schools. We will continue to work with the Education Bureau and the Development Bureau to identify more sites. We know that there are many privately owned international schools that want to create a new campus here. For top talents who are conversant in Cantonese, their children can enter renowned local schools as well. On the other two questions, the Trade Development Council, the Invest Hong Kong, and the CEDB have 68 offices around the world in 129 economies. We will leverage on this network to attract enterprises and talents. On driving local industry and promoting their services in other countries, we have all along been working on it. At the same time, we try to bring to Hong Kong foreign investment and talents. So the relevant government bureaus, departments, and offices will continue to work on this front. We have many events, say Start Media Up Festival, Wealth for Good Summit, Belt and Road forums. These are the platforms where we introduce and invite international investors and funds to come to Hong Kong to look at what projects we have so that we can carry out business matching. This is our characteristics and our strength. Mainland has their own strategies to attract investments and strategies and talents. We will try to learn from them. Thank you. Mr. Kenneth Falk. Thank you, Chairman. I have one question and one suggestion. I know that in the creative industries, the sports industry, the government have been trying to attract more investment and enterprises. With the commissioning of the high-tech sports park, many international events have been held in Hong Kong. So I wonder if the Invest Hong Kong can secure tickets to these events so that we can invite foreign investors to come to take part in these activities. Because when these investors come to Hong Kong, apart from making deals, they want to enjoy their time here. Singapore has organized an F1 race, and that has attracted many businessmen from around the world to attend it. So I wonder if the Invest Hong Kong can make use of these government resources to attract top-notch investors. Second, in 2024, Paris Olympics, Thanks to the efforts of the Brussels ETO, we were able to organize the first Hong Kong night. The event may not be focusing on attracting enterprises or talents, but the ETO has invited many businessmen and investors as well as politicians to the activity to learn more about Hong Kong. This is how we attract investment and attention, because in the Hong Kong night we have over 200 participants from many different political parties. In 2026 we'll have the Japan Olympics, 2028 LA Olympics, and in 2030 Brisbane Olympics. So I wonder if the Invest Hong Kong can work with other departments so that we can create casual settings for business matching activity. By the end of 2026, we're going to organize a meeting on Olympics, and there will be 260 participants from many different countries. And hopefully, we can make use of this occasion to promote Hong Kong. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Falk. We welcome people from the creative, the tourism, the sports industries from different countries to come to Hong Kong. Our colleagues will talk to Mr. Kenneth Falk. On the meeting that you mentioned, we hope to provide business matching services there. I agree with what you said. We have many mega events on sports, on culture. We try to promote Hong Kong's advantages through these platforms. We may make use of Rugby 7 or other mega sports events to invite clients or potential clients to them so that they can watch these games in the boxes to enhance their understanding of Hong Kong. We will step up our efforts in this front. Our ETOs in other countries will continue to work on reaching out to different parties through organizing arts and cultural activities. We thank Mr. Falk for his collaboration with our Brussels ETO. We hope that the member will continue to participate in our events. I believe that the Invest Hong Kong will make the best out of the 2026 Olympics meeting. Any special request, Mr. Falk? I have none. I think that this is the rare opportunities where we have representatives from so many countries here. I believe that many sports industry practitioners in the mainland want to make use of Hong Kong as a platform to go global. I think that we should also invite scalable enterprises from the mainland to come to Hong Kong for pitching, for deal making. After the meeting, I will give you more information. Thank you very much. As mentioned, we are willing to work with you on this. Let me summarize what the members have said today, along with their request. Given the heightened geopolitical tensions over the past 2 to 3 years, the government has faced much challenges in attracting investment and enterprises. I'd like to commend the Invest Hong Kong because in 2022 policy address, the chief executive have set some KPIs for you. Over the past 2 to 3 years, in terms of attracting investment and enterprises, you have brought in $160 billion of foreign direct investment. According to your figures, you have created 19,000 job opportunities. I think that this has impacted Hong Kong's economy positively. members ask if you can adopt a more flexible approach in attracting enterprises and talents. The administration said that they will not give out land for free. Singapore charges sometimes a $2 land premium for granting sites to enterprises. Some places try to attract investment irrationally. That's not something that we should learn from. The northern metropolis spans across a very large area. It's of some 300 square kilometers. It's difficult for us to fill all the sites in a very short period of time. That's impossible to achieve. I know that the Invest Hong Kong also has other duties. As the member and the professor have said, we have to work on collaborating with scientists, research, personnel, universities. We need to look into how we can commercialize R&D outcome. Some members talked about how we can make better use of our ETOs in other countries. Because of the tariffs issue, it seems that Hong Kong has become less popular. But through the Trade Development Council, we have been trying to attract more investment and projects to come to Hong Kong. I know that the ETOs in the US have been organizing fewer events. However, there are still tea gatherings, seminars being staged. We have many positive policies formulated recently. On the land lease bill that I was a chairman of, this is a very great policy because the government is going to grant lease extension automatically for another 50 years for most of the sites in Hong Kong. I think that we have to promote positive legislations that have been passed here. At the same time, I hope that the administration will address requests made by different investors. As I've said multiple times, the investment amount could be very substantial when it comes to big investors. I think that all of the suggestions are very constructive. I hope that the administration will follow up on them. There were members who said that we have a great future. People are coming back. All along, I think that we have a good prospect. We were just affected by the COVID, but the pandemic does not only affect our city, but the world. I think the Undersecretary, the Deputy Secretary, the Director General, and other government representatives are coming to this meeting. That concludes this item. Let's move on to AOB. There being no other business, meeting adjourned. Thank you.